Hey guys, I want to try to give you an idea what I did to bypass the ABS in the front wheel and be able to keep the rear ABS working. So I'll try to give you the real short summary of it and then go into some really, you know, more details after that. But okay, so what I've done is these two lines here that go to the ABS, I capped them off with some hard caps. This is two different pieces, and this is also two different pieces. So I capped them off, and I actually filled these up with brake fluid to help keep a little bit of as much pressure as I could keep in the lines. So these are capped off, and I have separate lines now on a double banjo bolt going to either side to both calipers, one to each caliper. This is the old ABS, part of the old ABS system, so it was just a single banjo bolt up here. That's how they come, this one here. And then I guess I didn't show this, but right here, see these threads here and these threads here? Those blocks, these are like just mounting blocks. There's a hose on each one, and they mount to the frame right here underneath the triple tree. This mounts up here, and this mounts right over here. And then these brake lines screw into there. So that's how the system gets connected. So the ABS module is still in underneath the tank and working, but it's not supplying any activity to the front brakes. So like I said, this line goes up to here, and then um, this line continues south, continues down to a splitter down below here, and this is the splitter right here, and that was hooked into a double banjo bolt here. And then of course this line that I'm holding right now, this goes over the top of the fender to the other caliper on the other side. So you got the main feed right here to a double banjo bolt, and then this branches off to the other side. So I think that's the long and short of it. So that's how I did it, to be able to keep ABS in the back, which I like having, and eliminate ABS in the front. Okay, so now for the more, so that's really all I have on that, except for I should mention, we have these three fuses here related to ABS. It looks like let's see, what is it, a 10, a 20, and a 15 amp fuse, and you can see it's clearly marked in the little cover right there. Okay, so in the past I had taken out fuse number 2, and that eliminates ABS for me if I want to eliminate ABS. But you still get the yellow ABS light if you take that fuse out. You just don't have any ABS, so you get that light. That yellow light there stays on permanently. And then I'm going a little deeper into the backdrop of this. Why I went to this operation is that the bike. Someone came to look at my bike, and it wound up getting dropped on concrete. It hit really hard. There's no damage to the lever or even the throttle bar. No damage at all. I think that took the hit right here at the the slider, frame slider, and that was it. But it hit really hard, so something jarred loose somewhere apparently. Anyway, so a day or two later, after that incident, my brakes started getting weird. Front brakes started getting weird. I started having to pull really hard on the front to get it to stop, and it wouldn't even stop very good at all. So, and then like the third day or so, the lever was just flat out stuck, would not budge. No way would it budge. It wouldn't do any of this. It was just pull it as hard as you want. It's not going anywhere, period. Just locked, completely locked out. So I keep going backwards here in time, like some of those movies. Okay, so, and then I drained tried to bleed the front lines, both lines, and neither would bleed, like I said before, at all. They would not bleed, didn't make any difference what I did. They would not bleed. You know, open them up all the way, no way. So, but someone on the forum said, try the up bleed. In fact, I didn't even know about this here. I didn't really know what that was for. This is the top bleeder, and that's really handy because I guess, you know, a lot of times the air will just come up into here, and you can just bleed it right here with this little valve, this little bleeder right here, right? Perfect, perfect spot for that. And so what I found out was that, yeah, the master cylinder is in great shape. It works fine because it bled this top bleeder out easily, very easily, just like you would expect it to. And then when I went back and tried to rebleed the you know, the actual calipers, again it was just completely locked out. So um, the problem, where the problem is, I don't know. But I don't really care about ABS in the front. I do like ABS in the back because sometimes when I go for a real urgent stop, if I hit that back too hard, it will start slide out. As everybody knows, that could be a problem. And so yeah, I wanted the front because I rely on the front completely. But sometimes they get a little bit too heavy on the back brake right along with it, and for me that's a problem because that could, you know, wind up with a high side. So after this is all said and done, I have no warning lights. When I first started the operation, I didn't have the fuses in, and I didn't have pressure on the lines. And when I didn't have pressure on the lines, and the fuses were out, so I'm not sure which one or if both of those items created the lights, the light problems, the warning lights. So what I had was KTRC was flashing, just totally flashing. So I didn't even know for sure if I had KTRC or, you know, traction control. And yeah, so I didn't know what that was. And then I also had the engine light was on, which it should be on right now, but just because it's not running, you know. So I had the oil light on, and I also had the check engine light on, and the KTRC. There's a KTRC light down here somewhere too, so that was on. So it's like everything was on. So there was a problem there. So eventually, once everything's put back together and these lines are pressured and all that, like I said, I got front brake is great. I have ABS in the back and not in the front. This is the way I wanted it, and I have no warning lights, and everything's great. So that's about it. And have a great day. Take care.